So I'm just going to dive into the new promo math on some of the promos that's changed. But before I do that, just want to ask, which Amazon promo type do you currently use or lean into most? So I'm just keen to find out from the attendees whether you guys which of those types. It's interesting seeing them pop in. Yeah, mixed coupons, lightning deals. Some people saying rarely. Um, the truth is that the promos used to be a lot simpler. So you would pay a flat fee, run the deal, um, often boosted rank, and you kind of worried about the rest later. So that playbook definitely doesn't work anymore. Amazon has changed the structure, and coming up now on June 2nd, you're not just paying up front, you're going to be paying basically based on performance. That sounds good, and there's definitely some wins for smaller sellers. But some of the mid-volume promos, the ones that a lot of sellers run, they are getting squeezed the hardest. So just important not to skip the math. You're not just running a promo, you are gambling with your margin now when you run a promo. So you have to be very careful in what your expectations are for how that is going to play out. So this really affects every brand. So every brand that runs lightning deals, best deals, or coupons, and most just don't realize that the math has changed. So it came out via a fairly quiet update. As of June 2nd, Amazon will start charging a percentage of fees on top of the daily fee. So it means that if your deal performs well, you actually pay more. So it can flip your promo from a profitable to a loss. So we've definitely seen this play out already in early previews. Even solid deals can lose money fast if you haven't modeled them beforehand. So all you need to do is use a calculator. So we've got one of those. We'll share that at the end of the webinar. And you just need to simulate the performance before launching any deal. So if you're unsure about what type of deal makes sense, typically I wouldn't be defaulting to Lightning or best deals anymore. Really take a look at the coupons, or even brand tailored promotions deserve a mention because they are one of the few promotions that Amazon is not charging a fee for. It's a great thing to test, especially if you're running repeat promos. And of course, they're great for targeting specific segments. So when you look at the math, what's changed between the old model and the new model? So under the old model, you had flat fees. You knew what you'd pay. 150 for lightning deal, 300 or 1,000 for best deal, depending on the timing. So that's going to change now, and the biggest impact is obviously on non-peak days. So Amazon's replacing those flat fees with a $70 a day plus 1% of sales on lightning and best deals. So on Prime Day or Black Friday, for example, the flat fee remains, but the structure just means your cost now scales with performance on those days. So if you move volume, especially without realizing that margin hit, you can pay that bit much more than expected. So it's quite a squeeze, but just needs to be accounted for. So this is where that calculator we mentioned will help. Particularly, I think on the coupon front, there is sort of a certain break even or a sort of level where you might want to consider those coupons. They can be quite attractive if you're not selling as many units. So there are some benefits there. So next up, I want to jump onto the FBA versus AWD section. We're going to pass over to Bogdan for that piece.